Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the Mad Hatter, logging back in, reporting live from the point of no return. And you already know what the fuck I'm gonna talk about. This is that Donald Trump crazy shit that's going on about him allegedly grabbing pussies. But let me start off by saying I'm no fan of Trump or Hillary. What I try to do is look at each individual instance and look at those cases, you know, as they happen and try to look at it from the point of views that I have, obviously, but trying to seek much more than what you see in the mainstream media and even maybe among your friends. So I try to give it that perspective. So there's that one disclaimer, okay? Um, so if you guys don't know, there's a leaked. The Washington Post got this leaked footage and audio of a 2005 Access Hollywood segment. It was Donald Trump and it was this Bush guy that works for NBC, like a Bush reporter. He's related to the Bushes, the presidents, or the presidential family. And they said some kind of vulgar shit. Uh, so some of the things that they were saying were Donald Trump was saying that he moved on this one chick. He's talking about this one chick he was trying to fuck. He said that, yeah, he's trying to fuck. Like, is that surprising that a dude was trying to fuck a chick? Like, are we really that sensitive right now, where we get that butthurt over somebody talking about who they're trying to fuck? Meanwhile, we all watch the fucking Kardashians. No one fucking complains that much about how their whole role is about who they fuck and who they don't fuck, or Amber Rose. But when Donald Trump says it, it's an issue, right? So he says I moved on her like a bitch. And he says when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. You can grab them by the pussy, he says, right? But my thing is like if you're really upset about this, first off, the segment is called Access Hollywood. It's fucking Hollywood. Like what do you really think goes on in Hollywood? Like if you really found out what went on in Hollywood, I think it would blow your fucking mind. Like if you're that upset about these statements. A lot worse happens in Hollywood. But you think it's this fucking Disney World, right? This fucking Disneyland full of fucking marshmallows and peaches and cream and unicorns. So let me go back to the whole thing where he says he wants to grab him by the, or he doesn't say he wants to, but let me give it to you in the full context. He says, when you're a star, they let you do it. Basically, like, making moves on them. He says you can do anything. You can grab them by the pussy. So that quote has been misconstrued in a lot of different ways. And my thing is like, it doesn't necessarily say that he did it. I'm not saying that he didn't do it or he did do it. But everyone's saying, oh, this means that he's going around grabbing pussy. Yes, Donald Trump has a lot of lawsuits against him, but me personally, I don't know the intricacies of all those lawsuits. I'm not saying that they're not valid, but he hasn't been convicted yet. So we do have to take that into consideration. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but he hasn't been convicted of anything too egregious. But what he's saying is that he's not saying that he necessarily grabbed women by the pussy. He's saying that women allow him to do so because he's rich. Now, this is the same thing that rappers talk about all the time, right? Rappers talk about fucking groupies. Groupies fuck with rappers because they got money. So why are we hating on the rappers in this instance, which would be Donald Trump, but not the groupies who are willing to allow him to do anything to them? We all know that in any relationship, the woman has the upper hand. She is the one who consents to say yes or no. Of course, every like rape culture, whatever the thing is you want to call it, it has to be consensual. But women will, for the most part, are not going to allow anybody to enter them. They don't want to enter them. Unless, of course, they're getting straight up raped, of course. Like if they're getting drugged and raped. But for the most part, a conscious, intelligent woman is not going to let any dude slip up into her and fuck her unless she really wants him to do so. Also, Another thing this points to is how funny it is to me how women, as a black man, I've been told, and I hear stories all the time about how women say that they only fuck with white dudes or Hispanics or Asians or whoever the fuck that's not black. They only fuck with them because only niggas want pussy. I've heard that shit. Like, now it might be because dudes come on too hard, or black dudes come on too hard to women, and they're just like blunt, weird blunt about it sometimes. But I hear women all the time say, "Oh, only black dudes want pussy. Nobody else does." This is a perfect example of look at these white dudes talking about. That's all they were talking about was pussy. He literally said you can grab him by the pussy. So that should end all those arguments about whether or not black dudes and other races want pussy. We all want pussy. We're all the same. Shit. So my issue with this whole thing, right? My whole issue with this is that first off, it's a private recording. It's kind of like what happened with Donald Sterling, who was the owner of the Clippers. Now he did some other fucked up shit to minorities and people of color, but the fact that we're looking at a private recording, I bet no one is safe from saying bad things in private, right? So do we no longer have the freedom to think how we want? Like if you saw that interview, like Donald Trump talked a lot of shit about women, but when he actually met that woman, he didn't treat her like shit. He was still respectful to her, right? How many women do you know out there that talk hella shit about dudes, but then when they see dudes, they play this game where they're very sneaky and they're deceptive and mischievous about their whole thing about how much they really hate guys. I see it happen all the time. I see women who really fucking hate guys, but then if you confront them on it, they act like they're the nicest person in the fucking world. So I think that a lot of women are actually pissed off that dudes are doing the same thing that they fucking always do. So is Donald Trump a misogynist? More than likely, yes. I'm talking about 75%, 80%, maybe even higher than that, yes. But in this whole interview, what about the woman who let Donald Trump buy her furniture? Like, you think that you can let a dude who's got money buy you furniture and he's not going to expect anything in return? And again, like I said, this dude is talking about what a lot of rappers talk about. He's talking about groupies. This chick who wanted that furniture was a fucking groupie. So these hoes today, man, like they'll fucking do anything for fame. I mean, it's like my one of my favorite comedians, Patrice O'Neal, said. Look at Two Girls, One Cup, man. These were two hot chicks and they ate shit and fucking rolled around in bile. Two hot ass chicks, and they probably did this for like an 8 ball of coke or some goofy ass shit like that, right? And so I want to wrap this up by saying, man, like, I'm looking at some of the comments, what people have been talking about. People have been saying a lot of stupid shit, especially from a lot of left of center, liberal, progressive groups. And for the most part, I'm progressive, but I'm calling out like a lot of fucking progressives for being fucking pussies. They're talking about, oh, this shows how he coerces women. Like I said earlier, women are also throwing themselves at him. Women are not going to allow, for the most part, if women are to be held to the same standard as everybody else, they're not going to allow any old fucking Joe to be in their space. Women only keep men around that they want to be around. If they don't want to be around you, they'll send the fucking message either non-verbally or verbally, but you'll get the fucking message of women want nothing to do with you. If a woman does want something to do with you, you'll also get the message. So I want to leave that there. Let me know what y'all think. This shit is fucking blowing my mind. I know I'm kind of ranting a little bit, but I wanted to just kind of get it out. If you guys like this, subscribe to my channel. I'll try to get more videos out there like this. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you got something to say. And I'll see y'all next time.